The car switches gears automatically in an automatic car? You don't say. These are the type of customers that you have to watch out for. Now, does this car look like it's pulling to the right? Because I'm not touching it right now. Take pictures of everything. Some of these guests just try to get over. There's no basis. There's no evidence. There's nothing wrong with this car.
Yep, that's right, sir. All right, sir. We just communicating with the guest over because actually she's on the line right now, but I'll be just informing her about what we have talked about today. Okay, just make sure to take photos after you have got to your vehicle.
And like I said, so no compensation because she has no evidence and whatnot.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Okay, gotcha.
No problem, sir. I'll be holding on this one, sir.
Thank you. What's going on, guys? Okay, so I just woke up, but I just got a call from Turo customer support. Turo called me to tell me that the guest had returned the car early. It's currently Sunday right now. The guest wasn't supposed to return the car until Monday. Like I said, I was literally just asleep maybe 10 minutes ago when Turo had called me. So that's why I look like this, in case you can see it. But she messaged me and said, I did not have a good experience with this vehicle while I was driving. I believe there may be an issue with the transmission. The car was switching gears automatically. So back here at the car right now, just going to open it up. And it smells like smoke. Going back to that message about the car was switching gears automatically. You don't say. The car switches gears automatically? In an automatic car? In an automatic transmission, the car switches gears automatically. The other guests won't believe this. Man, Turo probably wouldn't even believe this, that the car switches gears automatically because it's an automatic transmission. Wow, I tell you. And this is what I believe happens with some of these Turo guests. They rent it out for what would be a holiday period or a holiday weekend, and they want to return it early because, again, this rental was supposed to be returned back on Monday. And she returned it early and returned it back on Sunday. And this is how she's trying to get over. All of a sudden now she doesn't feel safe in the vehicle now that she's had it for the whole entire holiday weekend. And it's odd that she wants to return it on Sunday. I'm assuming because she doesn't need it anymore. Makes sense, right? Doesn't make sense at all. It seems very sneaky to all of a sudden say that you don't trust the vehicle now that you've driven it. And let's see, how many miles has it been driven? After she's driven it 180 miles, but has had 65 trips in it. I'm looking at all this from my Bouncy. This is already an available data that I'm able to pull from my Bouncy, my tracker that's in the car. And we don't have any check engine lights on the vehicle. She put 180 miles on the car, and she is the type of person that I believe is just trying to get over. If you complain on Turo that you want to get a free rental because you say that the car was acting up or whatever, that's how they try to go about it. I mean, it's just about the same thing as any other rental company or so. It's not a really good moral thing to do. It's very messed up because it messes up a lot of Turo hosts. It causes false alarm for our car when we don't even have to take action because it's nothing that is actually happening. So then the rest of the message reads, the car was switching gears automatically and unexpectedly, which did not feel normal or safe. But mind you, it didn't feel normal or safe until the end of her trip, which was after the holiday. In addition, while driving, the vehicle pulls to the right even when I'm trying to drive straight, and I had to constantly correct the wheel to keep the car going straight, but it continued pulling right. The combination of the transmission shifting on its own and steering pulling to the right made the vehicle feel difficult to drive and concerning the drive. Okay, so if that is the case, let us test out that theory because I'm pretty sure that she's lying. I know how this car drives. This car drives perfect, and I have no problems driving this car. If I felt unsafe to put somebody in this car, I wouldn't put him in this car. Plain and simple. So we're going to test that theory since this car drives dangerously. Because I tell you, these are the type of customers that you have to watch out for. Turo really needs to do something about these customers and vet them. Mind you, this also came from somebody who had a new account. These type of Turo customers are the type of Karens that are in the Turo world or the rental world that try to get everything free just because they want to get over. I forgot to say that since Turo said that since she did not supply any evidence supporting that fact, then she would not be entitled for a refund. She had actually asked to change the reservation time around to try and set the car to be returned back early, but Turo went ahead and said that they're going to deny that because there's no basis, there's no evidence. So let's see how this dangerous car drives, apparently. So here's a road that is relatively straight, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let go of the steering wheel just to prove my point of that there's nothing wrong with this car. And so look, this road is relatively straight, so I'm just gonna let it go. Look, nothing touching the steering wheel. Hold up, 3, 2, 1. Now, does this car look like it's pulling to the right? Because I'm not touching it right now. It's actually moving relatively straight. Now, okay, it's veering off a little bit to the right, but there are imbalances in the road. There's bumps, and the road is not even. It's not going to be perfect, but it's not moving in a way to the point that you have to forcefully grab the wheel and correct it. It's not misaligned. It's not out of alignment. It's tracking relatively straight. The car is never going to go perfectly straight. This is not a perfect world. This is not a perfect road. But from my testing, this car is not making me have to overcorrect it. Just minor adjustments, which anybody has to do. And everybody has to make minor adjustments when driving. That's what driving is. Driving is really all about minor adjustments. So the renter is lying. So I don't know if this is like a thing of like it doesn't drive like her previous car, or like maybe she has the lane departure adjustment that puts you back in the lane. Maybe that's the thing, but there's nothing wrong with this car. So yes, the car is balanced, the steering wheel is balanced. There's always minor adjustments you're going to have to make. So here's the thing, guys. Turo, in a way, enables this type of behavior that comes from the guest. Again, I don't even send the car out if I feel like it's not up to my satisfactory needs. Anything that somebody might touch or have a problem with, I don't send it out like that. But the problem is, Turo allows them to make and come up with any random complaint, whether it makes sense or not, and just allow them to say that, and they just kind of go with it. They try to justify that as a basis as a refund, and sometimes it will work. I don't even know if the justification that the guest made about this car will even work for her to get a refund. I don't think it will, but we're going to see, and I'm going to find out later on. But the problem is that if all the Turo guests are allowed to do that, it sets up potential issues for the host, because her saying something like that causes problems for me, because that means Turo's going to make me take a look into the car when I don't even have to look into anything. There's nothing wrong with this car. Turo's going to make me go to a mechanic to go get it checked out. But again, if just because somebody says something is a problem doesn't mean that it's actually a problem. It's funny how Turo makes our car, when it does have a problem, they make us go have to get it checked out by an ASE certified mechanic, but yet when the car has a problem, the Turo guests are not ASE certified mechanics. At least most of them are not. So that goes back to what I just said. Just because somebody says that they feel like there's a problem doesn't mean that there is actually a problem. And that leaves the opportunity for them to just come up and just say anything. And that is so foul. First of all, it's morally wrong. It's dishonest. It's manipulative. It's deceitful. It's opportunistic. And it's unethical. Yes, some of these Turo guests see making a small, nonchalant complaint, if that's the word, as something small, like it's not something that we have to deal with. But a lot of them don't really see what we actually have to go through. And I really wish that they would at least see some of the Turo host videos so we could at least treat this like a true peer-to-peer car sharing program, because I think some of these Turo guests are only going to see it one way. And so I actually just saw this while recording this video, and Turo has sent me an email saying that, "Greetings from Turo. This email is in regards with the reservation. We kindly request that you inform us once the vehicle has been returned, and at that time, please check the vehicle for any possible issues so we can confirm whether the concerns raised by the guest are accurate. If possible, providing photo, video, or any document showing the vehicle's condition would be greatly appreciated. This will help us ensure clarity and resolve the matter promptly." So this email right here is interesting. This must be new. I mean, it's in a way first time having a guest do this. I've had a guest do this before, but I've never seen the email like this before, so I don't know if this is something new that they do. I'm going to be submitting the same video that I showed y'all, which is me driving straight and the car being automatic, because there's nothing wrong with the car shifting. The car moves as it's supposed to move. Every car doesn't drive the same. So the car drives straight, it tracks straight, it shifts automatically as it's supposed to do because it's an automatic car. So I'm going to be submitting the same video that I showed y'all. Plain and simple. I might as well come tell them, hey, come watch my YouTube video. They need to know what happens with these guests. Some of these guests just trying to get over. I want to say that, and I enforce this heavily, please take pictures of everything. One way that you will cover your back is if you take pictures of everything. I take pictures of every square inch on this car, including the undercarriage, the engine, the tires. I even take a picture to show how much tire tread I have, so nothing can be unaccounted for. I take pictures of everything because it's guests like these that raise the craziest issues for me, which causes problems for me down the road. Also, please maintain your cars on time because some of these issues might actually be legitimate. All right, so let's wrap this up now. So, little side note here, something I just noticed. I take meticulous pre-trip photos of my car every time it goes out before rental. I take a bunch of photos. And I just looked into something that I just noticed on my rear view mirror right here. I'm looking at my pre-trip photos just to verify it was there. Do y'all see that? Don't look like something's missing? It's the air freshener. It's kind of petty to kind of bring up, but yeah, my air freshener is missing. To tell you the truth, I don't care about it, but I literally just put the air freshener in the car on that day of the rental. So I'm assuming that she must have liked that air freshener so much that she took it with her, but she hated the car so much that she gave the car back. That's crazy. People seem to take things out of these cars like they're toiletries at a hotel. I don't get that. It's funny, right? It's crazy. Why are you taking my air freshener that I just bought? My black ice, my little trees black ice. Why are you taking my air freshener? I don't care. I got many more of them. So, and the funny thing is that it's not the first time I've had somebody take something out of my car that should not have been taken out of the car, such as my rear seat cover. That's the reason why my rear seat cover is missing right now, because somebody took out these seat covers. They replaced these seat covers, but they didn't replace the back seat cover, but they took my rear seat cover. That doesn't make sense to me. You can't win. You can't win.
So in the end, Turo reviewed everything and denied the guest's refund request because there is no evidence to support the claims. The car was completely fine the entire time. And the ironic part, the same guest who said the car didn't feel safe ended up racking almost $2,000 in speeding tickets in DC, including going 50 miles an hour in a 25 zone. 2 times. So I guess the car felt safe enough for that. Crazy, right? But situations like this are exactly why I always tell hosts, document everything. Take photos of everything. Keep your records. Protect yourself. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more real experiences from the Turo journey, I've got a lot more coming, not just Turo stories, but other parts of my life as well. Business moves and behind the scenes experiences that I'll be sharing here. So if you want to follow along for the journey, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.